Hi, my name is Isabel. Thank you for volunteering at the Tiger Claw Elite Championships. This video is to show the timekeepers and the scorekeepers' duties at the ring. Duties for timekeeper and scorekeeper. Before competition starts, check the bin. It should contain one ring binder with score sheets, 3 or 5 judges scoreboard, maybe 7 for stage, 3 pencils, 1 pencil sharpener, 1 stopwatch, 1 calculator, notepad for each judge. Distribute the scoreboard and notepad to 4 judges. And be aware of the time limit. Each category has a different time limit. Be aware of the division rank. It could be beginner, intermediate, or advanced, which has a different score range. Things to remember. The timekeeper writes all needed information on the score sheet. The scorekeeper writes all the needed information and calculations on the scorecard. The timer should read and understand the scorer's responsibility, and the scorer should read and understand the timer's responsibility. The timekeeper is responsible for the score sheet and running the competition. The following is mandatory. Fill out the score sheet. Center judge on the top right corner, the scoring judge's name from left to right. Center judge should be the last. Your name and the scorer's name. Please note that you may ask the scorer for help. Write the competitor sequence on the score sheet. The scorer reads it from each scorecard. Running the competition. If you are able, please be in a standing position when calling and announcing. Before the performance, you call the competitor's name by sequence number. You say loudly, "Joan, ready." And then you say the second person's name, "Johnny, on deck." After performance 1, say loudly, "Judges, score." You read the scores loudly and all the scores from judge 1 to judge 5 or left to right. After the score is calculated, announce the final score. You say loudly, "Final score, 9.36. And then you repeat the prior steps. After each competitor performs, inform the scorer of the total time. The scorer writes the total time at the bottom right-hand corner of each competitor's scorecard. Time starts from the competitor's first movement to the end of the routine. Usually the competitor bows at the end. OTR, out of time range, may cause a score deduction by the center judge. Only when it's OTR, write the total time on the score sheet. For example, 2 minutes and 10 seconds is written as 2 apostrophe and 10 apostrophe. Total score is the same as average score. The final score is the total score minus OTR deduction if there is any. Inform the scorer of any OTR. The scorer will write OTR on the scorecard and make a note of how much less or over than the required time limit. Work together with the center judge for the final score. You inform the center judge of any OTR. Explain if the OTR is less than the minimum or over than the maximum, and how much center judge may make a deduction. Inform the scorer to record the deduction and all calculation on the scorecard. The deduction is taken from the total or average score, resulting in a final score. Write the final score on the score sheet. Please note that for Tai Chi or other internal forms and group, you must give a time warning before the last 30 seconds of the time limit. You say it loudly, 30 seconds. Confirm this rule with the center judge. After all competitors in one division have performed, mark the first 4 placements on the score sheet. Inform the scorer to mark on the competitor's score card. You give the score sheet to center judge to call the first, second, and third placements. Give the medals to center judge. Finally, the center judge should call all the judges and competitors to line up and give the medals to first, second, and third place competitors. Scorekeepers. Prior to the division competition, get the score card from the ring coordinator. Check if the sequence number box is filled out. Read the sequence number to the timer to be written on the score sheet. Please check that all the judges' names on the score sheet are in the correct order, from left to right, with the center judge's name at the last. Please help the timer to fill in this part if the timer is busy. After each competitor performs, write down the total time at the bottom right-hand corner of each competitor's scorecard. If there is an OTR, mark the scorecard with OTR and make a note of how much less or over than the required time limit. If it is under the minimum time, say 25 seconds, you write 5 seconds less. If it is over than the maximum minutes, for example, 2 minutes and 10 seconds over, you write 10 seconds over. Write down the judges' scores in the correct judges' order. The total scores on the score card. If there are 3 judges, add all the scores. You average it by dividing by 3, then enter on the score sheet as a total score. If there are 5 judges, you cross out the highest and the lowest score. You add and average the rest of the 3 scores. If there are 7 judges, you cross out the highest and lowest score. You add and average the rest of the 5 scores. Average the total scores, dividing by 3 or 5, then you write below the total score. Any deductions are made to the total score by the center judge only. Work together with the timer and center judge for final score on the score card. The timer records the final score on the score sheet. After all competitors of one division have performed, get the first 4 placements from the timer and mark it on the correct competitor's scorecard. Place the score sheet and all the score cards into the protector sheet and give it to the ring runner ASAP after the division is done to be delivered to the computer team. After all divisions have performed, put all the ring items back into the bin. This means the ring binder, which should be empty, and the supply box back all the way to the computer area. Thank you for volunteering. Now we'll show you how to use the Chromebook to calculate the scores. To make calculations easier, we've created a Google Sheet. Each ring will have a Chromebook, a 10-key pad, and a mouse. Inside the Google Sheet, there are 2 tabs. Simply enter the scores inside the green shaded area, and the Google Sheet will calculate the average and provide rankings. Please transfer the result back to the score card. If less than 5 judges, no high and low score elimination is needed. Please use the tab named No High-Low Elimination. If there are more than 5 judges, high and low scores are eliminated. So we use the tab called Eliminate High and Low. Same thing here, only enter the scores in the green shaded area. Google Sheet will calculate the result.